speaking about horror anime and just the lack of it, one thing I always find interesting is when there's like a series that's not a horror series, but then they have like an episode that's just really fucking terrifying or like really, really scary in itself, right?
An example?
One of the examples that I always...
SpongeBob.
Which SpongeBob episode?
When they get stuck at the place in Bikini Bottom, when they go down the
down the cliff. Yeah.
That was kind of scary. Yeah. Sorry, God.
I've not seen a single SpongeBob episode, so I have no horse in this race. I have no horse in this race. One episode.
There's no dog cest.
Yeah. God fucking damn it. Now, one episode that stands out to me is there was an episode of like Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, and
I love that anime.
Yeah, fucking insane anime. It's basically cyberpunk before cyberpunk existed. What do you think?
I had a memory. I'm sorry. Do you want me to say it or do you want to finish?
Yeah, go on, say it.
It's been so long since I watched Ghost in the Shell. There's like a plot point where they find the guy and they're like, "How do you have so much money?" He's like, "Well, I just took every extra yen that happened during every bank transaction off the top." And I was like, in my head, I'm like, what? Like every bank transaction?
Yeah.
Because it would be like millions of Just take 1 yen from all of them or something. Or he would take the like, it was so fucking stupid.
Hey man, that's fucking
He was
man.
He was like, "That's how I'm a billionaire." And we were like, oh my God, I never thought about that. If only I could do that. If only I could take $1 off the top of every bank transaction.
1 cent.
It's more like 1 cent, right?
It was something like, 0.1 yen from every bank transfer.
Yeah.
And he made it seem like he was a gigabrain dude. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I have it. Okay, go on.
No, that was I like that episode actually.
I like that one too.
Yeah. But there was one episode where they were trying to find the serial killer. And I don't know why this scene always sticks out with me because...
The smiling guy?
Not the smiling guy. That
was also terrifying.
That was also
terrifying.
pretty terrifying. There was a lot of actually pretty scary
I gotta
stories.
watch that again.
Because it's such a good fucking series. But there was this one episode where... Okay, so it basically follows like the whole concept of Ghost in the Shell. Imagine cyberpunk, that kind of world, but you follow a police squad, like a police squad. That's basically the core concept, and it's all like episodic kind of episodes. So every episode has a different storyline that's kind of self-contained. And in this one episode, they are looking for this serial killer, and the way that the serial killer's MO is that he loves to skin his subjects alive. And the thing that he does while doing it is, since it's in a cyberpunk-like world, what he does is that he jacks into the girls. He skins girls, by the way. He jacks into the girls that he's about to skin and transmits POV, what he's looking at, to the girls' retinas.
I do not remember this.
So what happens is he transmits his POV to the girl's retinas, so the girl can't close her eyes, and he will skin them alive while the girl is watching herself being skinned alive live.
Fucked.
And the terrifying thing is they never show anything in this episode. They never show anything. It's just the description of the crimes itself. And there's one scene where they're watching one of the recordings of the girl being skinned, right? And all you hear is just the sound of this happening, the screams, and one of the guy running out and just throwing up. And that fucking terrified me, man.
Yeah.
It's the fact that it didn't show anything, I think kind of even made it worse, right? That was that whole episode has just stuck with me so strongly, not because the content itself is terrifying, but just like the whole idea of that shit happening.
I think, as you said, like it's the fact that they don't show what is happening.
Yeah.
And they show the before and the after.
Yeah.
Is like, because like that reminded me as well, like one of the scariest scenes in Perfect Blue.
Yeah.
Was the one where was it Perfect Blue or Paprika? I forgot which one it was, but it was like
Satoshi Kon movie.
Yeah, it was one of the Satoshi Kon films, but it's like the one where like the guy goes into the elevator, and there's like a radio just playing.
Yeah.
And I think the concept was like the killer like leaves behind like a radio or some kind of object in it to like notify that he's about to die.
Yeah.
And it's this brilliant scene of like Satoshi Kon not actually showing the murder happening, but he shows the before of the guy going into the elevator, seeing the radio, him getting terrified, and the door closes.
Yeah.
And then the next moment is the door opens and he's already dead.
Yeah.
Right. And it's this idea of like, it's not showing the gore as it's happening. It's showing like something fucking happened here.
Yeah.
But we're going to leave it up to your imagination because your imagination is probably going to just, expand
Fill in the
upon the
blanks.
fucked upness.
Yeah.
Which makes it even more terrifying, right? And like, that's so hard to do.
Yeah.
But I feel like a really good director, like say like Oshimamura for Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah,
he's so good at doing that.
Yeah.
And yeah, because I remember that scene as well.
And like another like not scene, but another like character that fucking terrifies me. Johan from Monster.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like he never
Best anime villain ever.
holy
in my
shit.
opinion.
Yeah, no, I totally 100% agree. He is by far the best anime villain to be written. He terrifies me, and do you ever like really see him do anything like fucked up, like gory or anything like that? But like just I don't know. He throughout all of Monster, whether you read the manga or watch the anime, you can feel his presence everywhere, right? And I don't know how the author was able to just convey that everywhere you just feel his presence, kind of like a ghost, and just the idea of him as a character also is just fucking terrifying. That it's kind of like the shit that keeps you up at night,
Monster's
right?
such a good series.
Yeah.
And
That's why he's the GOAT.
the dub is really good as well.
Yeah, the dub is
really
the dub
good.
is great as well.
Johansson's terrifying in the dub.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johan is terrifying in the dub. And what's great as well is that even though as the series goes on, you find out more and more about his backstory, you never find out enough that it stops being terrifying, right? And it goes all the way up until the very last scene, the very last page of the manga. I just remember it because I'm like, how are they going to end this? And you don't remember it? Well, Connor's not the type of person that remembers something after you finish watching it. We've established this already, but it ends it in the most like perfect and yet terrifying way where Johan poses a question, I guess, and it just like, okay, that just somehow just tied everything together, and I'm just like, oh shit.
I'm gonna rewatch 70 episodes.
It's been a long time since I read the manga, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
makes me want to reread Monster now.
I want to rewatch Ghost in the Shell too because I don't remember anything.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot about Ghost in the Shell, but I just remember that it fucking
The only thing I
slapped.
remember is in the latest Ghost in the Shell in 2045, I think it was called, just fucking Kusanagi backflipping up the stairs, which was the fucking most hilarious CG you'll ever see in your life.
They made a new one on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the CG is
Oh my god, her just backflipping up the stairs is
Yeah.
so funny.
like actually bad.
Actually
not
bad.
like Attack on Titan fans
Yeah.
complaining over one
Yeah.
microsecond of CG.
Yeah.
Was I the only one that found episode 6 of Cyberpunk Edge Runners kind of like scary as well? Just the way it was directed.
Which one was episode 6?
Not so much scary, more so like, oh no.
That episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think it's easily one of the best episodes in the show.
Oh, I think it is like by far and beyond the best episode in the show.
I think just like the last 5 minutes of it.
Yeah, I don't
is
know.
like incredible. Yeah.
I just found the way that they portrayed cyberpsychosis.
Yeah.
Just that really like gave me like an unnerving feeling seeing some of like your favorite characters like experience cyberpsychosis.
It was cool because it's like, normally when you hear about the concept of cyberpsychosis, it's fucking terrifying.
On the game, it's dumb as fuck.
It is dumb as
Really?
fuck.
Like we got another psycho, go and gun them down. And then you just go and fucking shoot them. And it never happens to you.
Right.
It's never
Yeah.
a threat to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the protagonist.
I think what was so good about that in Cyberpunk was that like it's scary, but also because you know about the person that it's happening to, you also feel really empty inside
Yeah.
of like you just feel sad and you're like, oh fucking hell, why?
Yeah.
Like why did it come to this kind of thing? And then when that scene happens, you're just left with this idea of like, fuck. Now I don't want to watch it anymore. This is making me sad. What the fuck? But I'm also gonna keep watching it.
Yeah. I mean, did you all watch it like one day as well? Because it just
I
it,
binged it,
it goes so fucking
I binged
fast.
it, yeah.
I
right?
watched it on one flight, the one that I was on with you, and I was like broken by the end of it. The guy was like, do you want another cup of tea? I was like, yes.
And some tissues, please.
But no, I mean, yeah, I would love to see more horror in anime because that's. I don't know if you can do it. I don't know if you can do
Bro,
it
what
well.
do you mean? We got the fucking dog cest one. I
That
got
was the
enough horror.
most that was the most horrific thing I've ever seen in
Do
my
you think
life.
there would be any live action horror films that would work in anime?
Wait. You
Wait,
broke my
wait.
brain
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
just
yeah.
said that.
So as in like we've seen a lot of anime being turned into live action.
Yeah.
But what if you took an already pre-existing live action horror film and turned it into an anime? Do you think it would be as effective? Like if you took, like, say, The Ring.
I'd love like an animated parody of Paranormal Activity.
That's just another.
It's like
Yeah, that is another.
That's just another.
It's like Chainsaw Man characters, like Denji is just like, oh dude, why am I someone grabbing my leg?
The problem with like horror anime is that to me, when I see something animated, there's always that suspension of disbelief that's there, you know, where I there's like a kind of safety zone where even if some really violent and gory shit's happening, there's always this disconnect where I'm seeing that, oh, okay, it's animated, therefore it's not real, therefore it's not scary, which is why I rarely find anime horrific unless it's Inikai's dog, but like in terms of like live action horror, that's where I kind of like draw the line because I can't, my brain's just like, oh, this is real, this is happening.
So maybe
now.
like something, say like, you know, because there's a lot of horror movies, like live action movies that, you know, use ideas of like sci-fi and fantasy and stuff like that to like kind of pose it, right? But I've always thought like, you know, like that's very far removed from reality. So do you think like if it was well animated enough, do you think that would work? Like as much as I don't like the movie, right? Like what if they took like Cloverfield and they like turned it into an anime?
No.
Dude, Sharknado.
Sharknado in anime.
That would be hype.
Dude, get UFO table on a Sharknado anime.
I can picture now them jumping on the fucking sharks and the tornado to like kill the big shark.
Like super slow-mo, just like boo.
I can see it. I can see it.
That'd be hype.
That would be so hype. I would love to see that.
Get Science Saru.
Yeah.
Oh, you do. If we get a Science Saru Sharknado.
Yeah. I don't know. I've just like I'm happy to be proved wrong, but I've never found a horror, specifically horror anime that has scared me to the point of a live action horror.
Yeah.
Or a
I wonder if that's again, what you're mentioning, like just the animated medium is just inherently less scary.
Yeah.
than,
I don't know, man. Courage the Cowardly Dog was pretty fucking scary.
that shit was terrifying, actually, straight up.
That was animated.
Yeah, some of those were actually
Ren and Stimpy was pretty scary at times.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like fucking nightmare fuel
Yeah,
at some
exactly.
points, man. Holy shit. How did they get away with some of this stuff?
They can do it in Western cartoons, so I wonder why they can't do it in anime.
Seems like now that game adaptations are all the rage, though. Seems like that's
Yeah,
where it's headed.
yeah.
We had the Super Mario Bros. Movie that I haven't seen yet, but apparently is popping off.
Yeah.
And then Castlevania, Cyberpunk. I think Last of Us. I'm hoping we get more games.
True.
Dude, because I want Doom animated so bad. A Doom anime animated by Studio Trigger.
Because we all want to forget about the live action, right?
Bro, yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Imagine Doom animated.
Is the live action that bad?
It
Yes.
was horrendous.
Like Resident Evil is god awful.
Yeah, Resident Evil.
The movies are
shit.
campy as fuck.
Yeah.
It's like the Mortal Kombat movies. You ever watch those?
Yeah, I kind of like
Did
that.
the
No, I like it, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not a horror film.
No.
It's a fucking stupid
It's-
ass.
it's hilarious.
Comedy movie. It's an Adam Sandler film that somehow thinks it's a horror movie.
I remember because the Doom movie has The Rock in it, right?
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately, I can't take it seriously.
I don't know, like, are you talking about like the original Mortal Kombat movie? I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, but that's
Holy
because it's like
fuck.
I watched the latest one. I don't know why I did. That was bad.
I think the original one had its own. I'm like, oh my god,
It has
the
its charms, yes.
The fucking soundtrack.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like,
That
oh my
alone.
god, what a fucking classic. Yeah,
So good.
Like that was like the techno 90s in a nutshell.
Did you watch the second one though?
Yeah, I did. Okay, that was bad. That was bad. That was actually bad.
They literally like
Yeah.
cut the budget by like a
Is there-
20th.
as far as I know, there's only one good one, right?
Well, the
Just
first
Mortal
one,
Kombat
Mortal
one? The
Kombat.
first one, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's good.
I wouldn't say it's good, but like
it's like
it's fun to watch.
It's entertaining. It's
Yeah.
funny, and like
It's like
when
the
it
90s Mario Brothers.
Who's
movie.
funding
It's
these
not good.
movies?
Yeah,
Who's
and
funding
just
them?
it's just
Fun.
the soundtrack that just goes like challenge. what did he say? It was like do 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 do, and then like some guy shouts Mortal Kombat. Do, 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 do. Oh my fucking god!
hype.
What a fucking hype tune, man.
Any fighting games you think could make good animes? The Guilty Gear?
fighting
Guilty
games.
Gear,
Maybe could.
maybe.
I mean, it's basically already an
that
anime.
is basically
Yeah, but
already
like
an
actual
anime itself.
story.
Is there any fighting games that has a good story?
I think the problem is fighting games have giant rosters.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you incorporate them? You know, 'cause a
Well,
lot
they
of
tried
time-
to do it with Mortal Kombat, right? But they could only
And then
choose a
you- yeah,
couple of characters.
And like, because always as well, I don't know if you feel this way. All the most interesting characters in the fighting games are like the weird ones, like because you always have the bog standard characters, which are like the main characters.
Dude, I wanna
it's like Mario in Smash Brothers. Like Mario
Yeah.
is the most boring character in Smash Brothers.
Dude, I want a movie of Kuma from Tekken.
That's what I was thinking about.
I want to
that
see
too.
CGI
I was thinking about
Kumo
that. That's
fucking
just
fighting
cocaine
everyone.
bad.
Yeah,
It's just cocaine bad.
That is just cocaine.
it is just cocaine. Bear.
Oh
I don't know.
God.
I want to. Oh man. What's the? Because I feel like they're gonna make another Mario movie, right? Because it did well.
Probably,
How do
yeah.
you make the next story?
I mean,
Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi's fucking.
I mean, I haven't seen the
kids?
Mario movie, but they could definitely make another Mario
Yeah,
movie.
true.
Right.
Just do like a Mario Galaxy or like a Mario Sunshine. and,
Yeah.
there's a story right there.
There are so many Mario characters, and that I'm sure did not get the spotlight. I mean,
Luigi's Mansion. We need a fucking Luigi's Mansion.
Wario.
fucking
Or Wario World.
Wario World. Fuck yeah, man.
Wario, played by Danny DeVito. That's a movie, right? In itself.
Has Mario ever had an anime?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It has.
It also had. It also
They had a Saturday
has.
TV show cartoon.
Oh,
was-
it did,
was
didn't
It
bad.
also has a manga that I used to read when I was little, and it's been still going for like 40 years.